Hi everyone, Dwarf is online, and today we're going to talk about how to create calendars in Photoshop. First of all, Photoshop is not designed to create calendars. Nevertheless, if you are ready to suffer, I'll show you how it can be done. Here is what you'll need: more or less powerful PC, Photoshop, CS5 or a newer one, plus some knowledge of how it works. Calendar Maker script. See link in the description. Important: save before crash skill, and I show why. And very important: patterns and willpower. Ready? Let's start then. I'd recommend you to apply some PS settings manually. Go to Edit, Preferences, General, or use hotkey Ctrl K on the Windows, Command key on the Mac. Go to Performance, set a little bit more than 70 of allocated memory. Choose big and flat. Set scratch disk configuration. I recommend not to choose a system one from the list. Prioritize in this way. Let the disk with the more free space be the highest one, and locate all the others lower. All this will simplify our work a little. Okay, let's go ahead. We'll need certain images, one for each month and one for the cover. Since 2018 is the Chinese Year of the Dog, the images will relate to it. Actually, I just adore doggies. Go to pexel.com and search for the images you'd like to see in your calendar, or use keyword search. Choose an image you like and download it with necessary quality. The larger the better, but don't go overboard. I save the links to the images in order to specify their authors. Select certain images this way. Create a new A4 format doc in Photoshop with resolution 300 dpi and SMIC color mode. Turn the canvas at 90 degrees. Then, when you choose an order, front cover and 12 months, drag the found images to our doc and adjust their size. Then rasterize the layer. Repeat these actions with every image. In the end, crop them to get rid of all unnecessary parts. Then highlight all added layers and set proper order of them to be exact. Layer, arrange, reverse. Now export all the layers into separate images. Go to File, Scripts, Export layers to files. Set the path of the file, the necessary format, and the prefix in the window. Then click Run and wait until the script finishes its work. Then we are going to work with the Calendar Maker script. Start it, go to the Expert mode and make the necessary settings in each tab. For example, I want to place the heading on the right. Tick the mount background in order to set the common background. Set the number of rows and columns to 1, so that there was one more for each of your images. Go to the week section and set the display of the week numbers in accordance with the accepted standard. Untick 0 in the day section and set backgrounds for holidays. And upload the lists with the names of months, days of the week, and holidays. You can find detailed instruction on complying such lists in the user guide, which is attached to the script. I just unticked the group of by month checkbox for holidays, as grouping is not required for this task, namely. As for fonts, I prefer Garamond, but you can choose any font you like. Now I've prepared the necessary parameters for all the elements, and I'll just set them. Set intervals the way you prefer. I've already prepared the necessary values for this task. Enable after saving and select Save Result to a user doc. Then choose A for landscape, unselect Adjust if the result has a larger size. The Pro version users can save all their settings, as well as upload them. You can find my settings in the video description. Check the settings, then click Create and have a cup of coffee. We have a doc or dog with a prepared info for months. Let's focus on holidays even more. I'm creating a new set which I'll write all the actions into. You can also download the calendar 2018.atn. Please find the link in the description. Before you make a record, please check if one text layer with a holiday date is selected. Then, click the record button and perform any action to the layer. Then stop the recording and cancel all the actions in History panel. Start Calendar MS again and go to the Finishing Touches section. Choose Select Type, use your selectors, and then the year group. Set a holiday list, which you specified when you create the calendar as you go. Click Select this, fill in the year, click OK, and wait. Now select the recorded action from a calendar 2018 set. Check if Apply to each of selected layers separately is selected, and click Play. As you can see, the way all holidays look changed. Now select all the holiday backgrounds, so that it will be more convenient to work with them. Set backgrounds holidays as you go, and click Select this. Close the script window. Use the Move tool to change the location for holiday backgrounds. Now I want to group all the month backgrounds together. To do it, I also use finishing touches and set backgrounds months as a goal. In the end, I match all the backgrounds into one group. Ctrl G on the Win or Command G on the Mac. Now let's work with holiday backgrounds. Go to any smart object related to a holiday. Place an image or figure there. I'm going to use a shape of a little paw print. As the ears of a dog, as you remember. I remove the red border and crop its sides a little. Then I save the results. As you can see, now there is a cute paw print near each holiday. Then I return the display of all the months again. To do it, I select all the layers, go to menu and choose Layer, Show Layers, or Layer, Hide Layers, and then Layer, Show Layers. Now you can match each month into a separate layer. Choose a layer group, right click, Match Group. Repeat for each group. Then align the layers relative to the center of the canvas. I did it wrong. Instead of selecting all the layer group, I selected each element of it separately. Highlight the white background and align them vertically and horizontally with the help of a Move tool. You'll see how I fix it just a little bit later. Check the pixel size of your canvas. We'll use it later. Go to Image, Canvas Size. Edit the month background. Go to any smart object of the month. Increase its size to the A4 in pixels. Now it's time to correct the mistake. Align the layer with months along the upper border. Now I place the background which I prepared in advance to the smart object. Find the link to the background in the description. Open the document with background, copy and paste its content into a smart object. Remove the red border. Save the change into the smart object. Adjust the mouse to the created background. And then you'll need to catch the mouse to save. Don't forget about it. Now I want to move the dates to the bottom left corner of my cell. To do it, I write a new action. Now I apply for every month. Move our group a little bit lower from the upper border. Merge the month layers into a separate group. Then let's add some colors to the month backgrounds. As I use vector shapes, all we need to do is to change its colors in the settings. If the same color scheme for all the modes is OK for you, that will be enough. All the back parts already changed their colors and we use copies of smart objects. But I want to add different colors for each image. To do it, we'll need to make all the smart objects independent from each other. Write an action again. Copy the current smart object from the menu. Layer, Smart Objects, New Smart Object via copy. We'll get a new smart object. Go to the lower layer using the Alt plus opening square brackets or Option opening square brackets on the Mac and delete it. I use this action for over smart object. Now, if you apply some change to one smart object, it will be affected to the overlays. Pack up the backgrounds and catch a moment to save. You'll need to do it in order to avoid this. Well, I remade it all over and found a moment to save the document. Now we will enlarge our canvas to the R3 size in order to place the image to the top part. Go to Image, Canvas Size, Set %, 200% height, and edge relative to the bottom center arrow. Change the color mode to SMYK. Go to Image, Mode, SMYK Color. Don't flatten, don't rasterize. Now, to reduce the load for Photoshop, let's make each move a separate PSD file. To do it, I'll write an action again. Go to previous layer, Alt opening square brackets or Option opening square brackets. Add the layer preceding the previous one to the selection by Alt Shift opening square brackets or Option Shift opening square brackets. Create a duplicate and add it to a new doc with a name. Return to the origin doc and stop the recording. Enable toggle dialog on/off in the Make Documents subcommand in order to manually choose a name for the documents. Perform the action for the other months. For example, let's take August and see how to choose the correct color scheme for a photo. Now that we have each month as a separate file, we can return the smart object contact back to the document. Place the August photo into the document. Select the needed element of the back part in the Coral Stripes group and use eyedropper to apply the color from the photo to this element. Adjust the color by eye so that it will harmonize with the photo. Repeat the action for all other elements of the group and get the result which looks smart. With the color of the numbers too. What's the reason we choose a gray color for them? This way, it will be easier to add colors to them. This task is also routine. so I write an action for it. Create a layer, and select the area below the names of the days of the week. Fill it with any color. Create a clipping mask to a current layer. Set blending mode to color. To unselect, use Ctrl D or Command D on Mac. Our action is ready to perform for other moves. Select the layer with dates before you start the action. Moves do not have the same number of weeks. There are 6 of them in the template, and as you can see there are 5 in August. That's why you can remove the extra line with the help for another action. Let's go forward to adding holidays. If you remember, a document with text layers was created upon the calendar creation. Change it to SME color mode. Now, copy and paste each layer with holiday names to the corresponding month. Choose a necessary position for it. Select its font, size and color. By the way, I was foolish enough to choose a blue color initially. If I had chosen gray, I would not have had to change its color now. All I need to do in this case is to merge it with the date layer, and the color will appear automatically with the help of clipping mask. Now let's merge again our mouse into one document. Go to File, Scripts, load files into stack. Set use folder, then browse. Choose a folder with the PSD files for our mouse. Click OK. Please pay attention that our PSDs must not contain smart objects. I decide to place the mouse a little bit lower in order not to have such a large empty space in the bottom part. Again, I will use actions which prove it to be so useful. Now I export each layer to TIFF, go to File, Scripts, export layers to files. Now it's time to cover our calendar. I choose this luxury cover for the front cover. The front cover does not require a lot of actions. We'll just mark the year somewhere near and add a couple of effects. As for the back cover, we'll go to Overlay. We will create a new document with the A4 landscape. Place all the images there, and then reduce their size so that they look like thumbnails. Then place images into 5 on 3 table. Add a year and caption, and then adjust the paragraph parameters. All that is left to do now is to add authors of the photos and the necessary links. Now I want to create a multi-page TIFF. Later I will export all the layers for printing from it. Why? Well, it's more convenient. Some people might find a multi-page TIFF handy, and some would prefer several TIFFs in one folder. I'll write one more action, or maybe two actions, which is going to transform the TIFFs into separate layers. Remember that you can find the set of actions here in the video description. When everything is ready, I use File, Scripts, Export Layers to Files. When I thought the work was finished, I found out one more defect. After printing 5 mm, will be cropped from the sides. In the case is not critical in relation to photos. The dates of the months can be cut off, which is not good at all. I'll fix this issue with the help of the last action, which will move the month a little to left and add the missing 5 mm. Of course, these other measures should be taken into account in advance, but I forgot about them, and I'm too lazy to remake this video from the start. This is how the results of my work look. I did this work according to my wishes. That's all. Those who watched the video to the end, I'm proud of you. You're awesome. Have a perfect day. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Bye.